What if I told you that right now, your body has a secret, hidden survival switch? When flipped, it literally starts eating its own dead, toxic cells to keep you alive. It is a biological recycling plant known by science as autophagy. Sadly, most people live their entire lives without ever turning this machine on, slowly aging and rusting from the inside out. But when you finally trigger it, whether through fasting, your diet, or exercise, your body sends out silent, undeniable physical signals. Today, I'm revealing the 6 silent signs your autophagy has been fully activated. If you notice these, do not panic. It means the ultimate internal repair is working. But you absolutely must watch out for sign number 1 at the end of this video. It is a visible physical transformation that will completely change how your skin looks in the mirror. Let us get straight into sign number 6. Let us start with sign number 6, which happens right under your nose, literally. It is the sudden appearance of a metallic or fruity smell in your breath. You might brush your teeth 3 times a day, use mouthwash, and still notice a strange, sharp taste in your mouth. This is not a hygiene problem. It is a biological exhaust fume. When you stop constantly feeding your body, a massive chemical shift occurs inside your blood. Your cells stop relying on external sugar and start looking inward for fuel. This drops your insulin levels and completely shuts down a primary food sensor called mTOR. The moment mTOR goes to sleep, your body flips the ultimate survival switch, an energy sensor known as a MPK. MPK signals your liver to start breaking down stored body fat and converting it into powerful energy molecules called ketones. One of these ketones is called acetone, and because your body cannot use all of it, it actively escapes through your lungs. That is why your breath suddenly smells like nail polish remover. But here is the fascinating part. The exact same low insulin environment that creates these ketones is the exact same environment required to trigger autophagy. Ketones are the physical proof that your biological recycling plant has officially opened for business. The deep cellular cleanup has finally begun. So, if your breath tastes a little metallic, do not panic and do not rush to chew sugary gum. One piece of sugar will shut the repair process down. Instead, drink water and celebrate because your body is eating its own garbage. But while your breath is changing, something even more bizarre is happening to your digestive system. This brings us to sign number 5, the phantom appetite. Right now, we have reached the 3-minute mark, and I need to tell you a biological secret that will change how you view food forever. When your stomach growls after missing a single meal, you are not actually starving. Your body has hundreds of thousands of calories stored safely as fat. The sudden panic that you feel, that is just a hormonal temper tantrum. And surviving that temper tantrum brings us to sign number 5, the phantom appetite. If you have ever tried fasting, you know the first 12 to 24 hours can feel miserable. Your stomach rumbles, your head aches, and all you can think about is food. But then, usually around the 36-hour mark, something miraculous happens. The agonizing hunger just vanishes. You wake up, and instead of rushing to the kitchen, you feel completely fine. You might even forget to eat. To understand why this happens, you have to look at a hormone called ghrelin. Ghrelin is the chemical messenger that tells your brain it is time to eat. In a normal modern diet where you eat every 3 hours, your ghrelin levels constantly spike, creating an endless cycle of artificial hunger. But when autophagy is fully activated, your body stops relying on external food and comfortably switches to burning its own stored fat. Once your brain realizes there is a massive, steady supply of energy coming from your fat cells, it stops panicking. It sends a signal to shut down the ghrelin factory. The phantom appetite disappears because your body is literally eating itself, but in the most healthy, rejuvenating way possible. It is consuming the damaged proteins, the old immune cells, and the excess fat. This disappearance of hunger is a massive psychological victory. It means you have broken free from the sugar roller coaster. Your healthy cells are now running on premium, high-octane fuel instead of cheap, fast-burning sugar. You will feel a steady, very calm energy that most people never experience in their entire lives. Many people describe this state as feeling incredibly light and deeply focused. Without the heavy burden of digestion, your body redirects all that energy toward deep cellular repair. This is when the real magic of autophagy takes over, scanning every inch of your internal organs for damage. But while your hunger is completely shutting down, another physical sensation is about to hit you, and it might make you reach for a sweater. This sudden physical shift is completely normal, but it often scares people into breaking their fast too early. It is the ultimate proof that your blood is changing its path, leading us straight into sign number 4, the thermal shift. Let us look at your body temperature. We are now 6 minutes into this video, and if you thought the sudden disappearance of hunger was impressive, I must warn you that it is just the tip of the iceberg. The changes happening on the surface of your body are absolutely nothing compared to the massive cardiovascular shift happening deep inside your system. This brings us to sign number 4, the thermal shift. You might be sitting in a perfectly warm room, maybe reading a book or working at your desk, when suddenly your hands and feet become completely freezing. You might even feel a slight shiver travel slowly down your spine. Most people hit a wall of panic right here. They immediately think their metabolism is crashing, their thyroid is failing, or their body is shutting down. But this is actually a brilliant, highly calculated survival mechanism built into your human biology. When your body enters a deep state of autophagy, it becomes incredibly efficient with its daily resources. It quickly realizes that keeping your fingers and toes comfortably warm is a massive waste of precious energy. Instead, your central nervous system deliberately constricts the small blood vessels located in your extremities. It violently redirects all of that warm, nutrient-rich blood straight into your central core to relentlessly protect and repair your most vital organs. Your liver, your heart, and your kidneys are suddenly getting a massive influx of heavy blood flow to aggressively assist the cellular recycling process. Think of it exactly like a major city hospital routing all of its emergency backup power directly to the intensive care unit. The outer hallways and the waiting rooms might go completely dark, but the most critically important surgical rooms are remaining fully operational and flooded with bright light. At the exact same time, this noticeable drop in your surface temperature forcefully triggers another incredible biological chain reaction. Your body begins to actively recruit and awaken brown adipose tissue, which is widely known in the medical field as brown fat. Unlike regular stubborn white fat, which just lazily stores excess energy and makes you look completely out of shape, brown fat is densely packed with powerful mitochondria. It is highly metabolically active, and it essentially acts like a roaring internal furnace inside your chest and upper back. To eventually warm your hands and feet back up, your body starts aggressively burning straight through your white fat stores. It takes that dangerous belly fat and actively uses it as raw firewood to fuel the brown fat furnace. So, I need you to remember that feeling uncomfortably cold is absolutely not a warning sign of biological weakness. It is the literal physical sensation of your body burning off toxic, diseased fat to keep your core organs functioning at their absolute maximum peak performance. If you feel this deep chill, please do not make the mistake of rushing to eat a heavy, carbohydrate-dense meal just to warm yourself up. Instead, simply put on a warm sweater, drink a soothing cup of hot herbal tea, and let the internal biological recycling plant finish doing its incredible job. Breaking your fast right now would instantly stop the deep cellular healing process exactly when it is reaching its most profound and critical stage. Because as your core temperature finally stabilizes and the blood finishes cleaning your primary organs, the autophagy machine moves its attention to the hardest, most stubborn structural areas of your entire body. It relentlessly targets the exact places where you hold years of built-up physical damage and crippling chronic inflammation. This takes us into the advanced stages of cellular repair, leading us straight into sign number 3. We have officially entered the 10-minute mark of this biological breakdown, and this is where the survival mechanism goes incredibly deep. This brings us to sign number 3, the sudden disappearance of chronic stiffness, or what I call the biological oil change. For years, your body has been accumulating a very specific type of toxic cellular waste. In the medical community, these are known as senescent cells, but scientists often refer to them simply as zombie cells. These are heavily damaged cells that absolutely refuse to die. Instead of leaving your system, they just stubbornly sit inside your knee cartilage, your lower back, and your shoulder joints. From there, they constantly secrete a highly toxic inflammatory poison called cytokines. This is exactly why you wake up feeling incredibly stiff, achy, and physically older. But when your autophagy engine reaches its maximum operating temperature, it begins relentlessly hunting down these exact zombie cells. It aggressively dismantles them piece by piece, permanently flushing out the inflammatory proteins that have been painfully grinding against your bones for many long years. Think of your major joints exactly like a rusty mechanical hinge that has been running on thick, dirty, black engine oil for decades. Autophagy is the master biological mechanic that aggressively drains out the sludge and replaces it with fresh, highly lubricated synovial fluid. The physical sensation of this deep repair process is undeniable. You will literally wake up one morning, step out of bed, and realize that the sharp, nagging pain in your lower back or your knees has mysteriously vanished. You will feel a bizarre lightness. This is not a temporary masking of pain like you get from popping an over-the-counter chemical pill. Your joints are no longer fighting a constant, exhausting internal war. This is the literal reconstruction and purification of your entire biological shock absorption system. However, while your skeletal structure is being completely overhauled, an even more aggressive cleaning process is traveling straight up your spinal cord and entering directly into your skull. This introduces us to the most psychologically intense phase of the entire physical transformation process. We are now looking at sign number 2, the terrifyingly sharp mental clarity. Sign number 2 is the sudden lifting of the heavy, suffocating brain fog that you have solidly accepted as a completely normal part of the modern aging process. Most adults walk around every single day in a constant state of neurological exhaustion. You easily forget names, you constantly lose your keys, and by 3 in the afternoon, your brain feels exactly like a slow, badly lagging computer. This happens for a very specific scientific reason. Your brain cells constantly produce metabolic waste, specifically a sticky, toxic buildup known as amyloid beta proteins. When you constantly eat processed sugar and heavy carbohydrates, your brain never gets the chance to sweep the floor. The garbage just hopelessly piles up, suffocating your neural pathways. But under the deep state of autophagy, a highly specialized process called chaperone-mediated autophagy is powerfully activated. Imagine millions of microscopic biological sweepers violently scrubbing the neural highways inside your brain, dissolving those sticky amyloid plaques and turning them into pure, clean electrical energy. As this deep neurological cleaning takes place, your liver releases a massive surge of a miraculous chemical called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Scientists literally refer to BDNF as miracle grow for your human brain. It actively stimulates new growth. The physical symptom you will experience is a sudden, shocking wave of mental sharpness. The heavy fog will completely evaporate. You will experience a laser-like focus that feels almost unnatural. Colors might even seem slightly brighter, and your ability to process complex information will massively skyrocket. You are not just running on basic ketones anymore. You are operating on a fully upgraded, completely optimized biological hard drive. Many people get addicted to this feeling because it is a level of pure, unadulterated mental energy that no cup of coffee could ever replicate. But as incredible as the internal brain upgrade is, it is still completely invisible to the outside world. This brings us to the final, most anticipated moment of this presentation. The exact reason you clicked on this video and stayed until the very end. The ultimate physical proof that your body has successfully recycled its oldest, most damaged parts. It is time to reveal sign number 1, the incredible visible transformation that will completely change how you look in the mirror tomorrow morning. We have finally arrived at the most visible and undeniable proof that your biological recycling plant is running at full capacity. Sign number 1 is the dramatic cellular rejuvenation of your skin, commonly referred to as the glass skin effect. For years, the cosmetic industry has sold you extremely expensive creams and artificial serums promising to fix your skin from the outside in. But your body does the exact opposite. It heals from the inside out. Once your liver, your heart, and your brain are fully optimized, the autophagy machine pushes its repair efforts to the largest organ you have, your skin, and it aggressively targets tiny imperfections you thought were permanent. Have you ever noticed tiny skin tags around your neck or raised, darkened age spots on your hands? These are not just random signs of aging. They are literally concentrated clusters of mutated, excess proteins and severely damaged tissues. When your body is in a deep, prolonged state of fasting and running out of easy fuel, it looks at those skin tags and age spots as a free buffet. Your autophagisms physically travel to the surface of your skin. Like millions of microscopic biological scavengers, they start dissolving those excess skin tags, breaking down the useless mutated proteins, and converting them into pure, raw energy. You might literally watch a skin tag shrink and fall off. But it does not stop there. After clearing the trash, your body uses the remaining raw materials to rebuild the cellular membranes of your face. It completely replaces dull, dying skin cells with tight, highly resilient, beautifully clear tissue. The result is a vibrant, incredibly smooth, almost translucent glow that no chemical product could ever achieve. Your skin physically transforms because it is literally brand new. But there's one fatal mistake that can ruin everything. You have endured the hunger, survived the thermal shift, and your body is finally repairing your skin. But all of this miraculous cellular healing can be instantly destroyed by one tiny, seemingly innocent mistake. Millions of people tried to activate autophagy, but they accidentally shut down the entire recycling plant because they drink a zero-calorie diet soda or chew a piece of artificially sweetened gum. Your taste buds detect the sweet flavor, and your brain immediately spikes your insulin levels. The moment insulin enters your bloodstream, the mTOR switch flips back on and the deep cellular cleanup completely stops. So, how do you fast correctly to guarantee you reach the glass skin stage without losing your muscle mass? I have engineered a complete, step-by-step biological blueprint. Click the video on your screen right now to discover the exact fasting protocol. I will see you right there.